Our first campaign on the channel, I was going to tackle the US Marines campaign, which I understood is a bit of an undertaking. But then with the release of the new battle pack for Shock Force 2, they've included a couple of smaller campaigns. So I've selected to play through the Hornet's Nest campaign to keep things manageable for now. The campaign is set in the aftermath of the invasion of Syria. Coalition forces have defeated the Syrian military and now occupy the country. But while the conventional war is over, the situation on the ground remains unstable. Elements of the former regime, including soldiers, intelligence personnel and security forces, have gone underground and are beginning to organize a growing insurgency, particularly in and around the capital, Damascus. Coalition troops are now tasked with maintaining security, conducting patrols and carrying out targeted raids against insurgent safe houses and networks across the city. Our role in this campaign will be as part of 1-14 Striker Brigade combat team operating out of Moadamyeh Air Base, conducting missions aimed at disrupting insurgent activity and preventing them from gaining the momentum needed to threaten coalition control of the capital. Right, straight into mission 1, titled Wrong Side of the Tracks. This mission takes place in the Moadamyeh district, where intelligence has identified an abandoned industrial compound believed to contain an insurgent weapon cache. Third Platoon has been tasked with raiding Objective Cobalt before 0430 hours. Moving in dismounted and prepared for urban combat, the platoon will isolate the compound before breaching and clearing. Once the compound is secured, Strykers will return to extract the platoon along with any prisoners or captured weapons. Enemy forces are expected to be light, with roughly 10 to 12 insurgent fighters armed with small arms. However, reports also suggest man-pad teams may be operating in the area. Third Platoon has been equipped for moat operations, so some squads have breaching charges at their disposal. The platoon consists of HQ team with 3 squads, which are supported by 2 M240 machine gun teams. Looking at the map, we can see our objective marked Cobalt, more or less in the middle of the map. We'll be approaching from the south, the entire length of the map. I've marked out some interesting points. First off is B1, B2. These are prominent buildings inside Objective Cobalt itself. They are double-story buildings, so they're going to provide some overwatch to Op4 forces. The other 2 things I've marked are base of fire positions, 2 of them. They, from analysis of the map, show a good perspective onto the actual compound, so we are definitely going to establish our M240s in there. So the approach will be to get the first M240 team, which will move along this ditch here and position themselves and set up the M240 in that base of fire position there. The other M240 will get through there and move into its base of fire and set up. The 3 squads, Squad 1 will maneuver to a frontal assault there along with Squad 2, which will follow that ditch over there and get right next to Squad 1. Third squad is going to be our maneuver element. So third squad is going to follow that wall there and try and get a flanking position from the east there onto the compound. Once all those elements are in position, the 2 bases of fire can direct their fire into the compound from 2 different sides, while the other 3 squads make the breach. So, squads moving out. This is Squad 2 heading for the ditch. That's going to provide them the cover they need for the approach.
Hey, come on, let's go!
Squad 3, they're on the far east side. This is our far west M240 Team 1 getting to their base of fire position. The initial approach goes without a hitch. We don't pick up too many contacts. Second squad has made it to the buildings just in front of the compound. Second squad pausing for some breath, looking at that B2 there in the distance. Second M240 team just getting up the stairs there into their base of fire position. Still no contact. End of turn 3, and we'll pick up the first contact in B1. Slow approach. If anything else pokes its head out, we want to know about it. And so that's the first contact that second squad has picked up. Op 4 in the top floor of building 1. So while second squad keeps them suppressed, we're going to keep moving the other teams up. Here you can see third squad has been maneuvered around to the east side, and they are in the ditch just east of the compound. The two bases of fire are just deploying their weapons. It takes quite a while. And we start picking up multiple contacts, including the man pads. But eventually the M240s start contributing to the fight. So we're keeping everybody nicely suppressed. So the moment I think the first floors are clear, I start moving everybody up. Here we're eliminating multiple op-4s crossing the yard inside the compound. And then the approach, that's first squad moving up to the south wall. So the only one not in position yet is second squad. Third squad to the right, they're just slightly adjusting. I want to get them a bit more north. First squad arriving at the wall. You can see B1 and B2 just beyond the wall. Third squad adjusting, moving a little bit further north before they make their breach. And then we commit second squad to the middle there. Unfortunately, first squad does take a single casualty through that little opening there. There's our casualty. The two M240s are doing a great job of keeping B1 and B2 suppressed. Still some contacts present in B2 there. Breaching tower. This is third squad climbing in. And second squad getting in through their breach there. First squad and HQ are going straight for B1. We want to get that one secured as quickly as possible. All while second squad provides covering fire from the north there. Trying to enter B1. There's two Op4 units there that are proving very difficult to eliminate. Of course, the moment we take the first floor on B1, ground floor units B2 start engaging across the wall. And then we have a slight reprieve before third squad is going to make the assault of B2.
Something's going down.
B3 breaches and assaults across the courtyard with a bit of support from the left there. We do take a casualty on third squad on the approach. B2 secured, and with that we control the compound. So I push forward further north with two of the squads. Just want to make sure there's no stragglers that have managed to escape. Although I am quite cautious of the dense built-up area further north. Too quiet. So once I've moved those two squads onto some observation positions high up on those buildings and still can't see anything, I call a ceasefire. US Army total victory. We achieved all our objectives and secured compound Cobalt. We lost 2 men, 1 wounded, and we managed to inflict 3 killed and 9 wounded on their side. Join us next time for the second mission in the campaign.